This installation video is for use with C&H's aluminum plates that utilize T-nuts. Due to all the tolerances between optics, plates, screws, and firearms, we recommend dry fitting before fully mounting adapter plates and optics. Here's how we recommend doing so. First, put the optic onto the plate. Then, take one T-nut, put it into the fitting underneath the plate, and hold it in place with your thumb. Take one of the screws designated for your optic, put it into the optic and the T-nut. Torque the screw between 12 and 15 inch-pounds. Check the bottom of the plate to see how the screws fit into the T-nut. The screws should be engaging the bottom footing of the T-nut, but not sticking out to the point of extending past the plate. If the screws are not engaging properly, please test fit with longer screws if any were provided. If the screws are protruding past the bottom of the plate, please test fit with the shorter screws if any were provided. For this installation, you'll need your slide, your plate, your optic, and the C&H provided screws. To reference which screws you will need for this installation, please see the product page on the C&H website. Insert the T-nuts into the underside of your plate and place the plate into the cut on your slide, making sure that the T-nuts are still properly in the footing. Apply thread locker to the mounting screws only enough to lightly coat the lower threads on the screws. Use the provided plate mounting screws to fasten the plate down to the slide. M3 screws will be torqued between 12 and 15 inch-pounds. All other screws will be torqued between 20 and 25 inch-pounds. Once torqued to spec, check that the plate is secure. Using a black oil-based marker, mark the edges of the screws to help create a seal between the screw and the plate. Let dry for a few moments so it isn't wet. Witness mark the screws using a different color extra fine marker, drawing a straight line from the screw onto the plate. Put the optic onto the plate, making sure that the battery is already installed. Apply thread locker to the optic mounting screws, again, only enough to lightly coat the lower threads on the screws. Torque the optic mounting screws between 12 and 15 inch-pounds. Using a black oil-based marker, mark the edges of the screws to help create a seal between the screw and the optic. Let dry for a few moments so it isn't wet. Witness mark the screws by using a different color extra fine marker. Draw a straight line from the screw onto the optic. Check the fit and finish on your setup. Check for movement and light by holding your set up to a lamp, flashlight, or other light source. Let everything set for 24 hours before shooting.